Hello everyone and welcome back to HeMakesMePlay. I am Marius and I'm blind. I can't see and so I make other people play video games. And I'm here again with Vincent. Hello Vincent.
Hi Marius.
Yes, again in the Wayhaven Chronicles.
Yes.
Last time we explored an abandoned warehouse because the victim of the crime that happened in Wayhaven, the murder victim, had pictures on her phone, blurry pictures of this warehouse. And we went there alone because we're short-staffed and stuff.
We are great detectives.
Yes.
Also, we didn't really explore the warehouse.
We barely went in.
Yeah, we looked inside, then moved around the outside, and then decided that's about as not enough police work for one day.
And we learned that there is a parasitic virus that is affecting the victim's blood in, quote, a major way, unquote. And then we hung up the phone and got attacked. That's basically what happened. But maybe it was just an accident because there's a bunch of people here who are like supernaturally fast and strong. But they're like fighting each other. It's really unclear. And last time, this is the situation we're in right now. They have surrounded us. And we said like, hey, it's police, hold on. And they're like, hey, they're bluffing. And one of them is moving towards us, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so what are our options right now, Vincent?
So the last line is, there's a quick shift of movement from the corner of my eye as one of them steps closer. I turn to them with a sharp breath. And we can say, and shoot. That's option number one. Number two, demand that they stay where they are. Number three, ask what it is they want. Or number four, pepper spray them.
This is interesting. It's either 1 or 4 for me, because they already said she's bluffing. They're not taking us serious, Vincent.
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words. Time for talking is over. We gotta do a move here, but what do we do? Pepper spray or shoot?
Well, here's my thought. If you have a cat, right? And the
water thing does not work, Vincent.
You say that, but we have pepper spray. If these are werewolves, I would argue that it might work.
Because they're like animals.
Yes.
It's animal repellent. Yeah, I don't... It's tough.
You want to shoot them? Just straight out shoot them?
I don't want to, shoot one of them, although I somehow suspect it's not going to affect them very much.
Probably.
But
this is meta knowledge.
Well, no, I mean, it's, our character has seen that they can break concrete and that they move supernaturally fast.
Yeah, but that is true. But I think in that situation, going all the way to the conclusion that these are obviously werewolves and vampires.
That's true.
Bit much.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't do that in real life.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're probably just amped up by something else.
They're on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this is tough. Such tough choices in Wayhaven here. But I think, I want to, okay, so I think you have, pepper spray. You have for, teenagers and stuff.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's a strong statement, but...
Right?
Okay.
If they, if they're just being a bit tough, but this,
how should we them mostly?
Well,
if you don't,
it says repellent on the can. It's
okay. So Marius,
I want to shoot these guys. Shoot these people.
Okay, Marius, way more in favor of police brutality than I thought. But
look, we said, I think we said don't come closer.
True.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
If you just ignore a police detectives.
And we are in the dark in an area we don't really know, and they are 4-on-1. And but
it's you're not listening to me? Listen to me, or I'm going to get out the pepper spray and you're not going to like it. No, fuck that.
Just shoot them.
It doesn't say shoot them. We could just be a warning shot.
True, I guess.
All right. This is happening.
We shoot. The crack of the gun is like lightning as it pierces through the quiet. I grit my teeth as the recoil sends a spasm pulsing up my arm and into my shoulder. My body is still battered from my fall earlier, though I managed to keep my balance. And, amazingly, so does the person I'd shot.
So we did shoot them. And they are supernatural.
Well, they are still standing.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just surprised and not dead. For a moment, I wonder if I hit them at all. But they suddenly give a small grunt and grab at their right shoulder. They should have been on the floor after being shot at such close range.
Wow. I think the pepper spray wouldn't have worked either. Vincent.
Shit, she actually shot you. There's a pearl of laughter from one of the other figures, and my eyes widen to hear amusement in it, not concern for their friend.
Yeah.
And we can say number 1. I warned you. Now come with me, all of you. Number 2.
I love that.
This isn't my finest moment.
No.
Number 3. Please, I don't want to do it again. Just come with me to the station. Number 4. And I'll do it again if you don't come with me now.
That's the best.
Or number 5. I'm sorry. You scared me. That's a sorry call option.
I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. No. Now is the time. We have to go all the way now. It's like confidence or nothing. And I think number 4 was the most confident here.
I still love the fact that she doesn't arrest them. At least she doesn't say.
Yeah, I know.
You are arrested, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just, hey, you come with me, man.
Maybe there's something behind this. I don't know, but I've noticed this, and it's consistent that she doesn't use the normal police lines because she doesn't say, I'm a police officer or detective. She says, I'm with the police. And she doesn't say, you're under arrest. Like, put up your hands. So she says, come with me. Consistently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's also consistent with her other acting where she doesn't look at weird scenery at the murder location.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to look at the body, and
it makes me feel like maybe this is just like that warehouse where we were. It's not an actual police station. It's just some kind of weird community theater project. And these people are all pretending to be police people. They can't say the real lines or they get into trouble.
Yeah.
And
it's basically copyrighted by the police.
Yeah, and the gun is like a Nerf gun and stuff. Yeah. I don't know.
He should have been down.
He's not acting right.
Yeah.
He's not supporting the story.
What is happening?
Yeah.
This is not okay.
That's probably
he
not
must
true.
be out of town.
Yeah.
From out of town.
But that's probably not what's happening here. It's just, that's how it's written. It's fine.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We say, and I'll do it again if you don't come with me now.
Yeah.
And I'll do it again if you don't come with me now, I call, raising the gun again, my shoulders slightly tensed. Now come with me to the station, all of you. She sounds serious, the one who was laughing says, amusement still hanging on their words.
Yeah.
Shut up, the wounded one growls through the darkness. Their conversation makes me swallow hard, and I try to plant my feet firmer on the ground to steady myself. And the button is not a continue anymore, it's a bang.
Wow. Okay.
I guess we are shooting again?
Or we get hit, I don't know.
A metallic bang makes me swing around, only to find it's the doors of the warehouse creaking in the breeze. Whoa. I turn back to face the group, but they've vanished.
Oh, wow, okay.
How could they be gone? I didn't even hear footsteps.
Yeah.
With a heavy sigh, I stumble towards my car and lean heavily against the side. Adrenaline courses through my body, but I know in the morning I'm going to hurt like never before.
Yeah, because we got tackled and stuff, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And didn't we throw ourselves behind cover or something?
Well, we definitely had a lot of physical exertion. Yeah.
All the walking around the place. A dull ache throbbing at my side proves my point. My gaze turns down to the crumbled dents in the bonnet of my car, and I groan. What's the bonnet of the car?
I think it's the hood.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong. Leave a comment if you know what a bonnet is. Also, it sounds like a British term. I don't know.
And for some reason it sounds like something you wear on your head.
I think it's a term for that. That's why I'm thinking it's the hood of the car.
Yeah,
I think a bonnet is a type of hat. I might be wrong, but you can watch out for some Britishisms. I don't know if like anything's gonna be called a lorry tram or something. You know what's up.
Yeah. Or if we ever put something in the boot of the car.
Yeah, or color is written with a U.
Exactly.
And other things.
Yes. We can say, I just want to go home and go to bed. I won't be of use to anyone tomorrow if I don't rest.
Okay, some truth in that.
Number 2, I better check around the scene a bit first.
The scene?
The scene.
So here, the warehouse.
I suppose, yeah.
We were already here. I do want to check it out.
Yeah. Also, like, that was the whole plan.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'll call the station and ask them to be on the lookout.
I think that's the most reasonable thing. You can't just have these people attack a police detective and then not, inform the station.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But here's the problem I see. I also want to check out the scene.
But yeah, I know. And you think it might be exclusive to...
Exactly. I want to do both.
I see your point.
But what's the more important bit? I think both of them are important, so I'm fine with either one, honestly.
I'm sure if we don't tell them now that these people exist, it has to come up later. And if the game just doesn't mention it again, it's just going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
So let's explore the scene.
So I better check around the scene a bit first?
Yeah.
Okay. Even with my body beginning to ache, I know I should look around before leaving, as much as my bed is calling to me. I push myself up and limp back towards the area where the fight and the strangers were.
Yes.
I bent down to retrieve my flashlight and pass the beam over the area. There's nothing of interest. I'm just about to give up and head home when the light catches something dark and glistening on the concrete. I shift over to it, crouching down to find it is blood.
Okay.
It must be from the person I shot.
Oh, we can check if it has the virus in it.
Moving back towards my car, I grab a small evidence kit and scoop up some of the blood on a cotton swab, figuring it can't hurt to test it out. I might get lucky, and they might be in the system. Oh, not the system of... Okay, yeah. I was thinking of the system of the person that has the blood.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. But she means the police system.
Exactly. With a satisfied nod, I hobble back to my car, really beginning to feel the aftershock of my earlier fall. The car engine coughs to life as I stick the key in the ignition. I put it into gear the moment it starts, never having been so eager to get home.
Right.
And again, I would say, but you also might want to inform the station that you just shot somebody.
Yeah, man.
Might be important.
This will come up on your performance review. If they find you're missing a bullet. Where'd that go?
Yeah.
Detective?
Somewhere in the warehouse. I don't know. Also, here's some blood.
I know. It's Wayhaven. We like to shoot at pigeons sometimes. Or cans. I don't know, man. Get off my back.
Yeah. Give me back my coffee. Meanwhile, in an office building at the edge of Wayhaven. Farah bursts out a laugh as she walks up to the door of the out-of-the-way office building. Adam shoots her a glare. Are you finished? Farah glances at him before falling into laughter once more. Adam groans and shakes his head, slamming open the door with such force it almost rips away from its hinges. Take it easy, Nate says, placing a concerned hand on his friend's shoulder. Adam tries to do as suggested, but his back still tightens, adding to the intense, white-hot, throbbing pain from the wound in his right shoulder.
Oh, that's the guy we shot.
So that's Adam, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Farah wipes away a tear from her eyes and grins, the expression far too much like a panther for anyone to think it's genuine. I still can't believe she shot you. She was scared, Nate says. I don't care why she did it, Farah replies. I only care that she did it. The look on our almighty leader's face when it happened. She claps Adam on the back and lets out another chortle, not noticing the tightening of Adam's jaw or the balling of his fist at his side. We should have taken her out as soon as we got there, Morgan says, a guttural growl rumbling at the back of her throat as she speaks. Farah turns to Morgan, arching a thick black brow. You're always such a people person. Nate rolls his eyes, his expression like a parent tired of their bickering children.
There's a lot of characters.
That's a lot of characters, yeah. 4 of them. The group continues on up to the narrow flight of stairs until they reach a dark wood door, a panel of opaque glass obscuring the room inside. Adam pushes open the door, the group coming to a stop at the side of a slim woman in a grey suit. A flash of sleek dark brown hair streams down over her shoulders. She looks up from the manila folder she was peering at and glares at them. I was expecting you an hour ago. A frown seizes her brow as she looks over Adam's wound. What happened? Farah barely stifles a laugh as Adam waves away her question with a sharp breath. The group bustles inside, spraying themselves about the room. Nate takes a seat on the opposite side of the mahogany desk, fidgeting slightly when it's obviously not as comfy as it appeared. Morgan manages to scout out the darkest corner, a flash of flame glimmering in her eyes, followed by a ring of cigarette smoke circling from her lips. Farah flops into one of the other padded chairs, arms and legs draped over the sides, and head rolled back.
Okay. They start being slightly characterized by their choice of how to position them in this room.
Yeah. I like the one.
Farah is really laid back and sort of jovial.
And Morgan just stands in a dark corner, which is a strong character choice.
And has like smoking and stuff. And she's like the cool, reserved one, right? And Nate, I don't know, he seems like the weak one. And Adam is the straight guy, right?
Yeah.
He's most forward. He got shot.
And Nate, I can't place yet.
He's obsessed with comfort. Right? He's weak.
In this
weak-willed.
Scene, yes, possibly. But
I know I have very little to go on.
Yeah, that is fine. But also on the last page, it said that he acted like an annoyed parent at their bickering. Yes.
So maybe he's the dad or the mom.
Yeah, which would go well with searching for comfort.
Sort of, yeah. But kind of makes sense. I like that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's still too many characters for me to really keep in mind, but I am interested in where this is going.
If your characterization by describing where they are as this long might be a bit many characters, but okay, we're getting there because we are not done. Ignoring his companions, Adam strides to the only window in the room. The fragile, slated blind quivers at his touch as he peers through it to the street below. There's no one around, the woman says. She lets the file in her hands drop to the desk, the slab of paper on wood sounding at the light impact. So, Agent, Farah says, shifting slightly, what are we doing in this dump? Do you mean the town or the office? Morgan asks. Both, Farah replies. The two grin at each other, Morgan's steam of smoke becoming ragged as she chuckles. You should be more serious regarding this matter. You know how the last team in Wayhaven ended up? Her trailing words make them all tense, remembering the photos of the mangled bodies. Well, you did send a team of demons to do a vampire's job.
Reveal.
Farah mutters, obviously trying to break the heavy silence. So they are not werewolves, they are vampires.
That's heavily implied, right? Yes. But there are also demons in the mix. Apparently the previous team, whatever that means.
And to be fair, we don't know if there are even any werewolves around. I just assume that there are.
I mean, there was lots of growling. There was comparisons to panthers, which is a feline creature, not a dog creature, but it's very close to werewolves. I was also expecting werewolves. Also, I don't know the light situation. He looked outside the window, which sure, there might be street lights and stuff. Is it light outside? I mean, we were using a flashlight earlier.
I think, so we got to the edge of the city at the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
So I think we are still in the middle of the night.
Yeah, which is consistent with the usual vampire lore that they can't run around in sunlight.
Correct.
Yeah.
So let's hope they don't sparkle when they do.
Maybe. I like sparkle vampires, but it's a reasonable assumption to think that they are vampires.
True. Well, you did send a team of demons to do a vampire's job, Farah mutters, obviously trying to break the heavy silence. I called you here because I have a new objective to add to your current mission, the woman says, catching the group's attention. You are to protect the next victim.
Oh.
What? Morgan sputters. Even Nate leans forward, lacing his fingers together in confusion. Protection? That's not exactly our speciality, Farah says, everyone in the room nodding in agreement. The agent's lips thin, and she marches in front of the desk to stare at them. You are my team, she says, her gaze drawn back to the folder on the desk. There is no one else we, the agency, would trust with this assignment. The killer has run out of potential victims. There is only one left with the requirements he's after.
All right. This very much implies that the victim we have found, these guys didn't kill her, which is interesting, right? We're still looking for suspects.
Yes.
And although Kira doesn't know this, we as players now can sort of exclude these guys from being the killer.
Yeah, they are apparently the good guys. To
Sort of the ambiguously and right now helpful guys.
They are protecting, being assigned to protect the possible murder victims.
Yeah, but so the question for me now is, who's the next victim, and how do these guys know?
Yeah, and why do they care?
Yeah, exactly. Keep reading, Vincent.
I'm trying. Stop interrupting me. The killer has run out of potential victims. There's only one left with the requirements he's after. The ones with a mutation in their blood? Nate asks, and the agent nods in confirmation.
For clarity, imitation? What did he say?
The ones with the mutation in their blood.
Mm-hmm.
The ones the mutation we already know about, that is a major mutation.
It affects them in a major way.
Correct.
A parasitic virus.
Why does the killer want them? Morgan asks through a puff of smoke. Doesn't the mutation mean he can't use his pheromones on them to get them to do what he wants?
Whoa, okay, what?
Normal humans?
So much information, Vincent. So there's a killer, and he's apparently not a vampire, or maybe. I don't know.
I mean, mind control is sort of a vampire
Yeah,
thing.
you're right. I don't know. But he apparently has pheromones.
Which are not a vampire thing, I think.
It's like a normal animal thing. It's like chemicals that you sort of exude that are supposed to affect other animals.
But
like
vampires are undead, so they usually don't have like a heartbeat and all that stuff.
It doesn't scream vampire to me, but other supernatural being, perhaps. And it very heavily implies mind control. Makes me think of Jessica Jones, and like Kilgrave. He had a virus too that he would send out in a cloud around him that would affect
literally
people.
Pheromones.
Not exactly. They said explicitly in Jessica Jones that it's a virus, which is different from pheromones. Right, if you want to be all sciencey about it.
I haven't watched the second season. Maybe you said in there.
It's not in the second season. It's the first one. It doesn't matter now.
I will look that. I don't. Okay, whatever.
He got treated for like a terrible disease as a child, and they did that with a virus, but that virus spread, and now it also has the side effect and stuff.
Okay,
but sure. Correct me next time if I'm wrong. Leave a comment if you know how Kilgrave works.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to correct Marius, now is the chance.
Yeah, or educate Vincent, on how
that's not how this works. If I'm wrong, just don't comment. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just. There's the killer here. He has some kind of mechanism to affect people, apparently. Right?
Yes.
That's what we learned here. Okay, continue.
And apparently, if they have that mutation, that doesn't work.
Right. Thanks. That's a very important detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also know that he must be then somehow also differently supernatural, because they still killed somebody, or multiple people, right? So it's not just like Kilgrave, where he just has that mutation.
He has other stuff as well, probably. Yeah, I agree.
It goes on to say that didn't help his other victims, but we are not sure of his reasons. The agent replies quickly. You know who he is. You just have to find him and stop him. And also keep this new target safe, Farah asks. No trouble at all, then. Who are we being assigned to? Nate asks, leaning further forward. The agent frowns, her eyes watering for a moment. It's a soft expression the group has never seen from the woman in all their 10 years of working with her. It's... She begins, then straightens herself, her stiff expression returning. She reaches behind her to the folder, throwing it onto the small table in front of the group. It's my daughter. The group, surprised by this sudden announcement and not even aware Agent Langford had a child, eventually glances at the photo now.
Agent Langford?
In the open file. That's
correct. Our mother?
Holy moly, the reveals are coming!
Wait. So was it established that our mother is somehow missing or whatever?
I don't think we've ever heard anything about our parents.
We might have, but like really just peripherally.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to go back and check. But this is our mother, apparently. And she's some kind of secret agent or whatever. And she's trying to protect us. And it's very effective, apparently. Which seems to run in the family. And now I also think maybe the sort of hair disease we have in the family, she also has. So I'm now imagining the scene with her being bald.
It's my daughter. Oh, yeah, we know her.
Yeah, but it's like, how do we know who it is, Agent Langford? Oh, you'll know.
Pretty obvious when you get to know her.
Yeah, but it gives lots of. I wonder if they already know that they just got shot by the person. Man, this is going to be really awkward, when they come back and they want to protect us, and we shot one of them.
Well, it continues. You've got to be kidding me, Adam says with a loud groan, gripping his wounded shoulder.
He seems to know.
Farah bursts out laughing. Their new assignment is protecting the detective they've just met outside of the warehouse.
Yeah, and tackled.
Mm-hmm.
Rudely.
Actually, did they tackle us, or did the fifth person that they were trying to catch?
Yeah, okay. That never got cleared up why they were fighting, right?
Yeah.
Now it makes me think they were fighting the killer. They're apparently hunting him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no fifth person here, so probably that person is gone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they escaped. But...
that also happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And we go on to the next chapter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The next morning.
Yeah, wow. Lots of reveals here. Very interesting.
In Wayhaven. It's difficult to decide between weirdos or creepy shadow people as I'm typing up my report the next morning.
That's funny.
And also, I like that she's actually doing police work.
Yeah. I also like that that's off screen. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Not only had I discharged my gun, I'd actually injured one of them, which adds a whole new file of paperwork to fill in.
Yeah.
And we could say, number one, screw paperwork. If someone wants to know what happened, they can ask. I've got more important stuff to do.
That's not how this works.
Number two, the sooner I finish this paperwork, the sooner it will all be over. Not it will all be over. Like, the sooner I finish this paperwork, the sooner the world will end.
It will all be over. Oh, God. World's greatest antisocial detective, Kira Langford.
Whoa.
Why don't we all just lay down and die?
Are you sure you want to make her a detective, Captain?
She's the most chipper person in this town. It's all full of abandoned warehouses, man.
Maybe we should.
No wonder everyone's
take
so
the
depressed.
weapon away from her.
Oh, no, we gave her the pepper spray.
Oh God.
Anyway,
yeah.
let's do some paperwork, Vincent.
So option number two was the sooner I finish this paperwork, the sooner it will be over. Number three, I can't just shirk my responsibilities.
Britishism? I don't know.
I guess.
Don't hear that word so often.
Yeah, it's like shark, but with an I.
I think it means to shrug off the responsibility in this.
Makes sense, yeah.
In this case.
Option number four, I know paperwork is important, but there are other things I'd rather do first.
No shit, Sherlock.
Or number five, a bit of procrastination never hurt anyone. So, do we do the paperwork or not, Marius?
Yeah, the sooner, all over and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, best answer. The sooner I get this paperwork over with, the sooner it will be done and not on my ever-growing to-do list.
Yeah, that's right. I wish I could think like that in real life. I'm more the, hey, let's procrastinate kind of guy.
Yeah, I just, I think like that, but then I don't do it anyway and worry about it.
I wish that would have been an option. I would have taken it.
I let out a heavy sigh at the thought. I glance up for a moment, staring out my office glass partition. Partition?
Yeah, you were in the police station. You remember? The modern one.
To the station beyond, and readying myself to settle down further into my chair. I start getting to work. That is, until I hear the gentle echoes of beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
R2? You are here?
I guess.
Wow.
What is
I'm so
happening?
glad. I really need you to hack this phone, R2.
Stop the press. Through the glass, I can see Douglas at the front desk.
Douglas is now equal to R2 in my mind.
Staring down at his phone.
We gave it to him. Remember? That's the useless mayor kid.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
No, maybe he's nice. Maybe he's a romantic. Remember, he has awesome bangs.
yeah. Also, I think she said that isn't useless, just inexperienced and
Yeah,
unfocused.
that's true. But I
Not a bad
like
kid.
that it's ambiguous, that it's not a total cliche. But the cliche move would be
Yes.
to have him be a useless piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He
So
is,
let's see.
he is playing some kind of game on it, and the screen is brightly lit.
He's playing Choice of the Dragon on his phone.
This game is amazing.
It even has sound now.
Yeah. And we can say, number 1, seriously, kid? I'm right here. Number 2, I'm going to take that phone if you don't put it away now.
I love how the game's making that a thing. That it's like baiting us to finally take away his phone. And then one day later,
Yes,
the vampires will come and he won't be able to call for help.
Yeah, we know what
I
you're
guess-
doing, game.
I mean, who's he going to call? Like, we are the police, literally. Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
still, help, I guess. Back up.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So, Vincent, we're not taking that phone away, no matter what the game is throwing at us.
well, good
Fat chance.
fat chance. Yeah, no, it's good that we have option number 3.
Okay.
Let the kid have a little fun. It's not that annoying. And option number 4, try to ignore him.
Well, I mean, we could say number 1. It's just seriously, man. I'm right over here. That's not taking it away, right?
Yeah.
I think we should do that. You can't let him get away with everything. Then he's gonna be like totally useless.
And
right?
I hope it's not like a Choice of the Dragon where we say, seriously, kid, I'm right here, and then we eat him.
or his horse.
Yeah, 1 or 2. Or take his phone away anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Seriously, kid? I yell, throwing a pen at the glass to get his attention.
Okay, that wasn't part of the
No,
option.
but that's fine, I think. This is a little more violent, but it's fine. His head whips around to face me, looking very much like a deer in the headlights. I'm right here. His gaze stays on me for a moment before darting down to his phone. Then back to me. He fumbles to shove the phone in his pocket,
All
throws me a sheepish smile, and swings his chair around to face the front of the station. Why? Why does he have to happen to me? I let out a long groan at the thought.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself, Kira.
Yeah,
That's not what your mother taught you.
You got paperwork to do. Suddenly, a welcome visitor appears around my doorway.
Okay.
You okay, Kira? Tina asks.
Tina?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Worry in her words. She moves further into the room and shuts the door to my office. I raise a brow at her concern. Why wouldn't I be? Verda told me you went to the Ferris warehouse on a hunch. Did it pay off? She glances over me. I'm sitting slightly hunched, my body still aching from the confrontation last night. And you're not exactly looking so good. Yeah, the victim had some blurred photos of the warehouse, I reply. So I went to check it out. It ended up being a popular place last night, apparently.
That's one way to put it.
She balances herself on the edge of my desk beside me. Who were they? Do you find anything? We can say, number 1, I don't know. One barreled into me. The others seemed more interested in him than me.
I love how you say it in this dismissive, casual tone. And I just want to add, yeah, one bumped into me. I shot one of them. Just the usual day with Wayhaven teenagers. Yeah. Okay.
And then Tina goes, yeah, well, see you later.
Okay. So what else is up?
Yeah, I'm going to spray some teenagers. Option number 2.
Yeah.
There didn't seem to be any evidence of a murder. Number 3. I was pretty well prepared, but still, they got the jump on me. Number 4. I got this off one of the strangers. And I show the collected blood sample.
That's the best.
Number 5. It was a waste of time going up there. And number 6. No, didn't find anything useful.
No, don't lie.
I lie.
Why would you?
It's a
Is
choice.
Tina the killer? Oh my god!
It's a possibility. Maybe no one can be trusted, even though we already know that the killer is probably a man.
That's true, right?
Yeah, at least the guardian vampires talked about him.
Yeah, yeah, he was described that way. Maybe the killer can shapeshift. Who knows?
Yeah, possibly.
But I want to tell her about the cool blood we found.
You can't say cool blood.
No, don't say it like that, Vincent. But like,
look at this.
Hide your excitement, Kira. But I mean, why can't you be excited? You
Yeah,
know?
no,
You had some
absolutely.
success as a detective on our first day of the job.
Yeah, look here, I shot somebody and got some blood. Amazing work, isn't it? And then I sprayed some kids.
I really am the law. It's true what they say.
The world's greatest detective.
We cracked this case wide open.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We show her the blood.
Having fun.
Well, I managed to collect this off one of the strangers, I say, pulling the blood sample I collected from the top drawer of my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Her brows arch in surprise. How did you manage to get that? I can't believe they were willing to just let you take it.
Well, technically they weren't.
They didn't want it back, so I guess. I pursed my lips for a moment. It wasn't willingly, no. I may have shot one of them. You what? Her eyes widened so big, I worry they might not even ever close again.
Don't make a big deal out of this, Tina.
It was a tense night, I say in my defense, placing the blood sample down on the desk beside her. She calms it a little, a smile lighting her eyes. I don't doubt you did what you had to do. Can you take it down to Verda for me? Sure thing. I've got to get going on my patrol soon anyway. Her smile turns mischievous. I'm pretty sure my route goes past Harley's bakery. She leaves with a spring in her step. I try to get back to work, my stomach grumbling at the mention of pastries.
Okay.
That's proper police work there.
Yeah. And
Pastries.
So I have no reason to mistrust Tina, although I feel like I should.
Yeah.
I'm just being paranoid.
She didn't seem quite as shocked as I expected by the fact that we apparently shot somebody.
Well, I was shocked briefly, but then it was kind of okay.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it was apparently enough to say her that it was tense, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Well, we don't know how often people get shot in Wayhaven.
Yeah. I think not so often. It's just a vibe I'm getting. Yeah.
Later that day. The rest of the morning passes slowly. The patrol finds nothing unusual, and our reliable scouts around town, the elderly, who just love to curtain twitch whenever they get the chance, also haven't seen anything strange, nor any new visitors to Wayhaven. I slapped down the phone I had been speaking to. To Tina. On what? Okay.
That's an awkward
I slapped
sentence.
down the phone I had been speaking to Tina on and run my hands over my face.
To Tina on.
Yes. Sure.
Could have used a comma maybe somewhere.
That's one way to put it, I guess. So we spoke to Tina on the phone, and then we run our hands over our face. Picking up the coffee I made myself a few minutes before, not having had a chance all morning, I gulp back a mouthful. Then I almost spit it back out over my desk, gagging on the cold slop which fills my mouth.
Riding on the body. Mm-hmm. Nice.
It takes all my strength to swallow it down, my face pinching together to force it past my tongue.
There's a lot of detail about her coffee drinking.
What is this? I yell, holding up the offending drink towards Douglas through the glass door partition. Douglas again. God damn it. He spins on his chair to face me through the windows, glances at the drink, then shrugs. The kettle's broken. And no one thought to tell me? He purses his lips. I just did. I try to grumble through my anger and push myself out of my chair to head to the small kitchen area. The red light on the kettle blinks at me like a heartbeat. A weak one. I lean down towards it, peering at the white plastic shell of the machine.
And there was a fish in the percolator, Vincent.
What? Where's
That's
that
the Twin
from?
Peaks reference.
Okay.
But I love how this is so much about coffee. I totally think this is a conscious Twin Peaks reference, which is hilariously also like very obsessed with coffee.
That makes it a lot better because I'm wondering where's this going?
Yeah.
What's the point of this?
I don't know. Maybe it is going somewhere else.
If you show a coffee pot, you have to do something with it.
Yeah, it's called Chekhov's coffee pot, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It has to like come up in the third act.
Yeah, eventually it has to shoot somebody. I don't know how, but we can say number one, we try to fix it. I'm pretty confident with these kinds of things. Number two, hit it. Number three, try to fix it. How hard can it be for someone who's never tried before?
Mm-hmm.
Number four, turn it off and back on. And number five, leave it alone. Oh, I guess this is still character development. It's showing
in
how
a way, but
handy
I mean,
we are.
I really like this. This is pacing wise. I also feel like after all the
Mm-hmm.
action, this is the spot where you bring in some sort of everyday kind of shit that makes everything else seem more believable, right, and more relatable.
Yeah.
And the way so there's two kinds of people. One kind would hit this thing completely reasonable and ineffective, and the other one. If someone has done a lot of computer stuff, you would turn it off and on again because obviously that fixes most problems. Yeah. And I think that's what I want to do.
And then there are also the super confident person who actually knows how to fix it.
Just fix your coffee pot.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then there's a person who just says nah and leaves.
Yeah, and I'll try to fix it, which is a total loser move. Like try, do or do not. There is no try. Yoda says so.
Exactly.
So, but we do the smart thing. Turn it off and on again, Vincent.
Okay. Pursing my lips, I reach forward and turn the machine off. I count a few seconds, then turn it back on. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. Oh, two, is that you again?
Sorry.
Get back in your cage. Nothing happens.
Oh.
The light still blinks away feebly.
Okay, now, I mean, the light is blinking, but now you'd have to check if it's plugged in to the wall.
I try again, but the same outcome occurs. I guess a coffee is out of the question then, someone says from behind me with a chuckle. The new voice makes me whirl around and my brows arch in surprise to see the woman standing before me. Mom!
Oh, wow.
She smiles at me, placing a gentle hand on my arm in greeting. It's more than a bit of a shock to find her standing before me. She's usually away due to work. A fact that hadn't changed even when I was a child. And we can greet her with a hug. We've always been close, even with her job. Number two, smile at her. We're close, even if we don't manage to keep in contact as much as I'd like. Number three, I'm glad you're here. Even if we don't meet often, I always enjoy seeing her. Number four, this is a surprise. We aren't very close because of her absences, though I understand. And number five, shrug of her hand. We've always had a tense relationship due to her absences.
All right. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like the story is much better if we have a tense relationship with our mother. There's just so much more potential for drama and like growth, you know, revealing the vampire secret also sort of lets us bond more, you know. It's like, where's this going if we're like super happy with the mom? Then the only way to change is to then make the relationship more shitty and learn that she's been lying all this time.
Yes.
I guess if you prefer, what do you prefer, Vincent?
I think tense is fine, honestly.
Yeah.
I think more tense relationships is better in a story than less tense relationships.
So there are like two tense options, right? Or just one?
We have, this is a surprise, we aren't very close because of her absences, though I understand. We also have shrug of her hand. We've always had a tense relationship due to her absence.
Yeah, but shrugging off the hand is so mean.
That's true.
I think I wanted to take the almost worst option. The we're not very close. Yeah. That's enough. You don't have to go melodramatic.
Okay. This is a surprise, I say, frowning slightly, but still trying to hide the expression. She glances away for a moment before focusing on me once again and smiling. I'm sorry it hasn't been sooner. We've both been busy, I understand. I lead her towards my office. As we head inside, she glances over to the whiteboard I had set to one side, with notes and photos of the murder placed on it. So I can see. She takes a seat on the other side of the desk, and I move to sit on my own chair. Why are you here? I finally ask, leaning back in my chair a little to examine her. She hasn't changed much. She's always had a mature, commanding presence. She looks younger than she is, though I do notice a few new wrinkles on her forehead, accentuated by the uncertain frown she now pulls. She looks out of place against the clutter of my office in her pristine grey suit, bright white shirt, and stiff, formal posture. The title of Agent Rebecca Langford growing a bit dull, I say.
So her name is Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She shakes her head, folding her elegant hands into her lap. No, work is going fine. A vague response, but that's not unusual.
Right.
Every time I've attempted to find out more about her job, I'm always met with the same mysterious replies before the conversation quickly changes.
Yeah, see, this makes more sense if we're not so close, I feel. Yeah.
The most I know is that she works for some shadowy government agency. She tells me, in fact, that's partly why I'm here. Oh? The case you're working on. Her gaze shifts over to the whiteboard once again. It's bigger than you think. And we can say, number one, a murder is pretty big on its own.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think it's pretty big, Mom.
Yeah,
Someone got killed in Wayhaven. Biggest thing we've had here all year.
Yeah. It's the only murder we ever had.
Basically, since before the doctor delivered me as a baby, remember?
Yes.
He actually said that. Yeah. I mean, he referred to violence happening in his youth and stuff. So it's been a while. We just get teenagers who get pepper sprayed and stuff.
Yeah. Wild Town.
Yeah.
A murder is pretty big on its own. How can it be bigger? Option number 2. Great. That's just what I wanted to hear. Number 3. The whole thing did seem to be beyond an accident or first-time murder. And number 4. It must be if you're here about it.
Yeah, but how much does Kira know? But I mean, like, shadowy organization. Maybe she thought she's like working for the IRS or something. Just boring stuff. Yeah. But I want to stick with my intuition. Do number 1. It's pretty big, Mom.
It's a murder. A murder is pretty big on its own, I say, leaning forwards and inspecting her. How can it be bigger? This is your first murder case. There's more involved in these things than you may think, she replies, her professional expression returning. She clears her throat, her brows knotting in a slight frown, as though stumbling for a word. The man you're looking for has killed before, in many places. I swallow hard and try not to show my disturbance at this news. And now he's picked Wayhaven as his killing ground? We've been tracking him for a month. She stands from her chair and begins pacing. But I don't believe he will be leaving Wayhaven for some time. So now is our last chance to catch him. Why won't he be leaving? I slump back in my chair, a little disheartened by all of this information. She twists around to face me, her lips set into a tight line. I sigh in sudden understanding. It's classified. She nods. I'm afraid so, but there's something I can offer you. I perk up at this. It must be serious if I'm being offered resources by whomever she works for. It's something the mayor is keen for you to utilize.
The mayor, he's in on this.
My excitement deflates a little.
We're going to have to work with Douglas, aren't we?
Oh, God. Please, no.
And his stupid phone.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Number 1, does the mayor have that little face in me? Number 2, oh. Number 3, well, any help you can give is appreciated. Number 4, I can handle this on my own.
No, I appreciate the help. It's fine.
I swallow down my annoyance of the mayor's lack of faith in my ability and attempt to smile. Well, any help is always appreciated. I'm glad to hear it. You won't regret it. Trust me.
Yeah, don't make this about you, Kira. Keep your eyes on the prize. This is about the case. Think of the victim.
She's obviously pleased, but my smile falters a little.
Mom.
Rebecca closes the gap to my desk, placing a hand on mine. I know you can solve this. Otherwise, the agency wouldn't have allowed me to let you lead such a big case. They'd be asking me to take over instead. I snap my hand back from her touch, the motherly affection a little too late in life to be appreciated now.
She's a bit patronizing. The whole situation is very like patronizing and like,
I could
your
have
mom coming in and almost doing the job for you
away from you, but let's see if you can do it, little girl.
We totally believe in you. Oh yeah, really? Well, who put you in the position to judge me like this in the first place?
Yeah. I notice pain streak across her features, but she moves away to hide it. Yeah, that's what you get for not being there, Mom.
She probably wasn't even there at the graduation.
No, or her birth. Goddamn.
The doctor was there to deliver us, but Mom wasn't there.
The doctor knows me better than you. So, what is it you're offering? I ask. My unit. I arch a brow.
Sorry, I'm getting excited, Vincent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So am I. I arch a brow. Pardon? My unit. The team of agents I command. She gives a half smile at my obvious surprise. I didn't even know you had a team. I thought you ran some department. I do, she quickly interrupts. Once again, she stops the conversation about her work before it even begins. I watch as she moves to the doorway, gesturing towards the front doors of the station. I try to peer around her to see who she is calling. But I can't see anything until 4 people march into the room after my mother.
Oh, it's going to be awkward.
2 men, 2 women.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to keep my jaw from dropping. The group of them look as though they strode straight off the catwalk into my office. I eventually stumble onto my feet and move around my desk. Oh, yeah. The pretty vampires. With 6 of us now crammed into my office, it's beginning to feel a little crowded. However, when I meet the eye of one of the group and he offers a smile, I relax a little. Detective Kira Langford, I'd like you to meet my team, Unit Bravo. None of them says anything in response, and silence begins to descend on the room like an uncomfortable blanket. I can say.
One of them is like a bandaged shoulder and stuff.
Anyway, let's get to work.
Let's not dwell on the past here. This is a family, everyone.
We could say, number 1, it's nice to meet you all. I look forward to working with you.
No, come on. You have to mention the tension in the room, right?
Number 2, this is my case, so it's my rules.
All right, confidence.
3, welcome to Wayhaven. I'm sure you'll settle in fine here.
If she says that with a stupid smile on her face, it's a good move. That was written on the bullet. Welcome to Wayhaven. Welcome to how it goes.
Option number 4. Do they have names, or do I just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2?
Well, yeah, okay. That's kind of cool, too. I like where this is going. Let's continue with
Number 5 is obviously wait for them to make the first move.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
I like that one, too.
I kind of think the do they have names thing is the funniest thing to say.
Okay.
If this was a show and Kira, if I'm imagining her as an actual character by now, like, I kind of want her to say that. Because we did see them do crazy shit, right? So at this point, it's also acknowledging on Kira's part that they're sort of a little bit more than human, or at least very abnormal.
True. Yes.
Right? Otherwise, she would have no reason to call them thing. Right? So I want to say that, Vincent.
Okay. Do they have names? I ask. Or do I just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2? My attempt at breaking through the awkward quiet goes unappreciated.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, I can imagine.
By most of the group, except the one who smiled at me just moments before. He gives a soft chuckle. Apologies.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Apologies, Detective Langford, he says, stepping forward and offering a hand. I take it and give a firm shake. My name is Nathaniel Sewell. Sewell?
Sewell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Sewell.
But I prefer Nate.
Right.
There's no distinguishable accent. None at all. Once again, he gives me a bright, warm smile, making his dark brown eyes sparkle. Oh God, they are sparkling vampires.
Here we go.
He's tall, incredibly so, having had to duck through the doorway to enter. At least 6'4" at a guess.
Yeah.
He withdraws his hand, shoving it into the pocket of his jeans. What's 6'4"? That's like
above 2 meters.
Oh,
He's
okay.
the tall dude.
Okay, that's really tall, yeah.
Yeah, really tall. The next one is like, hi, I'm Edward, but you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, want to play some baseball.
You don't know what I have to deal with.
I'm always in high school.
Can they read minds? Like, we have to establish the vampire lore here, but I'm sure we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, garlic on the table, off the table. What's the deal here?
Yeah, I mean, I think if they could have read minds, then one of them wouldn't have to have
would have known that we're not bluffing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just really bad at being vampires.
Or it's just not a thing, the reading
Yeah, or they're
minds
just
stuff.
young. Maybe only older vampires can do that.
Little fledgling vampires.
Mhm.
I like that. It's okay.
He's tall, incredibly so, having had to duck through the doorway to enter. At least 6'4", I'd guess. He
Wow.
withdraws his hand, shoving it into the pocket of his jeans.
All right.
The earthy tone he wears complement his tawny-colored skin. His dark brown hair is styled up, as casual as his whole being seems to portray, from the leather jacket, open shirt, t-shirt, and jeans, to the way he leans back on his heels slightly as he stands. His lips are still curled into a smile when my gaze has finished passing over him, as though he knew I was inspecting him and was happy to allow it.
All right.
I expect we are getting a detailed description
I like
for every single one of them.
Yeah, I want to meet the other guys.
Mm-hmm. Nate steps back into the line-up of his group, standing beside a man a few inches shorter than he is. The man stares at me for a short moment, his posture stiff and his expression stern. Thankfully, one of the others approaches me before I have to deal with that rather imposing stranger. That should be Adam, right? That's
Probably,
the one
yeah.
we shot. So, tense, yes. I'm Farah, the approaching woman says, a more American accent to her tone. Farah Hovel. She's quite obviously the youngest of the group.
Farah Hovel.
Yeah.
Like a little hobbit hovel.
No, it's
She's-
Hauville.
Yeah, but you say hovel.
Yeah, it's Hovel.
Yeah, okay. Farah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about Farah.
She's quite obviously the youngest of the group.
Okay.
Dressed in skinny jeans, a long t-shirt half covered by a heavy cotton scarf, a waistcoat, and large silver hoops almost lost in her shoulder-length black coiled hair. Her rich dark brown skin almost seems to gleam gold in the sunlight.
All right.
Also, apparently it's not a problem that they are in the sun at the moment.
You're right. Thanks. Didn't catch that.
Her rich dark brown skin almost seems to gleam gold in the sunlight. Her bold yet feminine features contrasting with the soft smile she throws at me. I reach out to take her hand. She shakes it for a moment before clasping it tighter and sauntering a step closer. She's much shorter than Nate, 5'4" at most, but her entire being is rather overwhelming as she stands so close.
All right. Farah's got presence.
A true delight to meet you, detective, she coos, bringing my fingers up to her shapely lips.
Delight, is it? Huh?
Mm-hmm. We can say, number one, a delight to meet you too. Allow the kiss. Number two.
But she wants to kiss you on the cheek?
No, on the hand.
Oh, that's weird. Don't do that.
Number two, it is nice to meet you, but not quite that much. And we pull our hand back.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, I'm sorry, but I only allow my closest friends that honor. Pull my hand back.
Yes. Log on to my OnlyFans. Sorry, I had to make that joke. It's only for the OnlyFans. The kissing of the hand.
Yeah.
All
Also,
right.
Mom, I got a second job. This is awkward.
Look, it's a lot of money, okay? And
Yeah, you're never around to support me, Mom.
I didn't know I didn't want to get promoted. The OnlyFans was just picking up. I thought I'd just have a quiet office job, but now I'm a detective. Ugh.
A detective with an OnlyFans, Mom. Can you imagine?
Look, it's 2023. Get with the times, Mom.
Yeah, seriously, get off your high horse.
Kira, dear, I've had an OnlyFans for years.
Oh no! This is my team.
Yes. Okay, we're going off the deep end, Vincent. Into our weird fantasy world. I mean, we do want to go into fantasy worlds, but not that kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, but I only allow my closest friends that honor. I will put our hand back. Option number 4, blush, fumble a response, and allow the kiss. And number 5, it's nice to meet you too. Continue to shake her hand.
What was the number 1? Is it just you let it happen?
A delight to meet you too. Allow the kiss.
What was the last one? Sorry. I take every
it's-
choice very seriously.
It's
Vincent.
fine. It's nice to meet you too. And we continue to shake her hand.
I think I want to do that one.
Mm-hmm. Keep being professional about the
Yeah,
whole thing.
exactly. It's not the place, Farah.
I stare at her with a confused frown. It's
That's good.
nice to meet you too. I continue to shake her hand as she pulls it closer, then remove it from her grasp.
Do you think hit her in the face?
Yeah.
Make it very awkward.
Unsure what that weird greeting was supposed to be.
Yeah.
She stares at me for a moment, cocking her head to one side before giving a light laugh. She then moves back to join her group. I notice Nate shaking his head in an exasperated manner at Farah, but the woman only gives a bright grin in return.
Yeah, she's definitely the baby of the group. I'm interested in Morgana, whatever she's called.
Morgan? I think she was called Morgan.
I think so.
Just like the character in Dresden Files.
Oh.
That's I expected her to be a man because of that. And then she wasn't.
But I don't think, if I remember Morgan from Dresden Files, I think she's supposed to be a different kind of personality, right?
Yeah.
Morgan was sort of annoying, right? Wasn't he? Anyway, let's not talk about Dresden Files.
I shake away the previous introduction, turning to the dark-haired stranger on my right. I am still attempting not to look at the stern man standing beside Nate,
Yeah.
who continues to examine me with a narrowed gaze. And you are? I ask, holding out a hand in greeting once again. Finding all of this unnecessary, she replies curtly, a gentle, lilting accent to her statement I can't quite recognize. We can say number 1. Don't you want to help catch the killer? Number 2. That's a rather long name. Do you have a shorter one?
That's clever.
Yeah. Number 3. Then maybe you shouldn't be here. Or
That's reasonable.
Number 4. Okay then.
Okay then. I imagine her saying it like that.
Uh-huh.
But I want to say that's the long name thing.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Good response.
That's a rather long name, don't you think? I say, half smiling to lighten her mood. Do you have a shorter one? Ha! Farah bursts out a laugh, nudging the woman in front of me, who stumbled slightly. Not so clever now, are you, Morgan? She is Specialist Agent Morgan, my mother confirms. I like how she gave her a title, but not either first or last name.
Well, Morgan is presumably her first name. Although it's weird to like precede that with agent, right?
Maybe,
it's like you don't call someone, oh, that's Agent Bob.
Maybe her first name is Agent. It's Agent Morgan.
Yeah, or Morgan is the last name, but that doesn't make sense. We've learned like Farah is like, she's not Agent Hovel, right? It's not very imposing either. We put Agent Hovel on the case. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yes, she will carry the ring to the and so on. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Agent Hovel is a great name for a 60-year-old detective close to finishing his career, but not for young.
It's like you hovel beneath something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first association with this word. Anyway,
the woman introduced as Morgan sneers at her companion. She stands slightly hunched, though she still has to be about 5'7".
All right, she's taller than Farah. Makes sense.
Waves of layered dark brown hair hang around her long face. Her straight nose and narrow eyes give her a rather wolfish appearance.
Yeah, she was described as a panther earlier. This is a thing for her. She's very feline.
Mm-hmm. Though a wolf is not feline. But I see your point.
No, but I'm not referring to wolves at all now. I'm just noticing that this
does.
is...
Her straight nose and narrow eyes give her a rather wolfish.
Oh, you're right. For some reason, my mind replaced her with cat. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
But yeah, an animalistic appearance.
Yeah, you're right. Feral.
And a predator appearance.
That's right.
Her deep tan skin is painted with light freckles that cover her nose and cheeks, continuing down her neck until they are hidden by a long-sleeved, tight-fitting t-shirt and heavy black jeans. Mm-hmm. Cords of leather sit around her neck and are tied around her wrists. A crystal dangles on one of the cords, but I barely get a chance to see it before she notices where my gaze has fallen and slips it inside her shirt.
What are these people dressed as? She sounds like she's like a biker lady or something, right? Lots of leather.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that right? And Nate is just like business casual, I guess. Like, we only know he has jeans.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think they're all just wearing t-shirts and some...
Yeah, Farah was also like...
Yeah, and here it says, continuing down her neck until they are hidden by a long-sleeved, tight-fitting t-shirt and heavy black jeans. And then there's a cord of leather sitting around her neck.
Ah, it was just a cord. Okay. Yeah, it's just t-shirt and jeans. Very casual, these guys.
Yeah.
I guess that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to stick out, right? You don't have to... If you are a vampire, you don't need to dress like one.
And apparently they are so incredibly good-looking that they seem misplaced in a police station.
Yeah, probably.
Where was I? A crystal? Oh, yeah. Something about a crystal, which makes me think that she is the magic one.
All right, maybe. She's certainly sort of trying to be the tough one here.
Yeah, like Morrigan. I fold my arms across my chest. Charmed. You shouldn't be, she replies, her voice monotone. Now she's just trying to bait me, a dangerous glint flashing in her stormy grey eyes, shadowed by thick, manicured brows. I glare at her, not wanting to act unprofessionally, but seriously debating it. Save it, Morgan, a voice commands, and I stiffen in eerie recognition.
That's Adam.
I turn to the imposing, stern-looking man and frown in confusion. My mother steps forward, a proud smile on her face, yet I continue to stare, his voice still echoing in my mind. It was the same one from outside of the warehouse last night.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. Ah, Kira, let me introduce you to the team leader, Commanding Agent Adam Dumortaine.
Dumortaine?
Mortaine.
Mortaine, okay.
That's a great name. Our narrowed stares hold before my mother steps closer once more and leans over to whisper.
What's it with the du? Sorry to interrupt, but like Harrier Dubois?
I think that's just a French version of...
yeah, for being gentry, right?
Yeah.
That's true, but still, like, why does every, like, police person, have to be a French lord?
Every is...
Well, many out of the, honestly small sample we have. I'm just noticing it, right? Maybe, I guess it's just two, you're right.
There are just two, and we have by now learned about a lot of police officers.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you're right, but still, like, in real life, I don't know any French lord. And I know many people. Do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe you just don't know the right people, Marius. I know many French lords. Doesn't.
So, regardless, I now imagine that Adam continuously speaks in a French accent. Mm-hmm. Yes, and somehow it makes it more funny that we shot him. Merde!
You shot me.
I don't know why. That's just how I feel.
Uh-huh.
Of all the people, we picked the French guy.
I don't know what this racist, implies. Marius?
I'm thinking that this is set in England, so that it's harkening back to an age-old feud for Greater Brittany or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure.
It never said in what country it is, but it has mentioned that Farah is from America, which implies that we are not in America.
That's true. But I'm also seeing like special agent and commanding agent, which
I
know is not America exclusive, but makes me think of like the FBI or something.
It's true. Maybe mom is in the MI6.
Yeah, possibly.
She'd be a special agent there.
Yeah, but then as we all know, the MI6 has agent with 0,
Double
0. Exactly.
That's. I mean, is that actually the case? I
Yes,
don't know.
absolutely. Just like the MI6
mean,
actually exists. It doesn't.
But I have cool names though, and like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Remember? It was about the British, the
What cool?
circus.
The
British secret spy agency, and they had like stuff like Project Witchcraft and stuff.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, so they do the American thing of giving everything cool names.
Yeah.
Like a German Secret Service project would just be called R7D5 or something. I don't know.
Project Valkyrie.
No, they don't name. They don't take cool names. That's the thing. I mean, yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're off the deep end. It's like my concentration is waning. Let's finish meeting the unit.
Yeah. So our mom stepped closer and said, "Is something wrong?" And we can reply, "No, sorry, it's nothing. It can't have been him. That's ridiculous." Number 2, pull Rebecca to one side and ask about it. And number 3, you sound awfully familiar, much like someone I met last night, in fact.
Yeah, just get it out in the open. That's the move.
Now I wonder, how do you react if he just says, "Yeah, you shot me"?
Then I say, "Yeah, you tackled me and you didn't listen to me when I said
also
stop."
You're arrested.
Yeah, exactly. Or I asked you to come with me, and
just
you didn't, which is rude.
No explanation, just shoot him again.
Just take out the gun. Mom, step aside. I have to put this thing down.
Yeah, or pepper spray him. Shooting didn't work. Well, I have other options. Oh, God.
Yeah, that would make this very awkward. Shoot the other shoulder. We don't like French people here.
I wouldn't stop laughing for the whole day. Oh, that would be so good. Yeah, it was me. Bang! God, what a visual. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Let's see where
I don't
goes,
think that's going to be an option.
Probably not, but I hope it is. You sound awfully familiar, much like someone I met last night, in fact. I blink, coming out of my silence. You know, you sound incredibly familiar. I fold my arms. Much like someone I met last night, in fact. He eyes me carefully. That seems unlikely. Oh, yes, he raises a brow. We only arrived in town this morning with your mother.
Oh, they're like, why are they not being honest about this? That's weird. All right.
Because then they would have to explain why he's still standing and apparently is fine.
Okay, I guess you're right. Then they want to keep that secret that they're vampires, even though they're going to be working for us. Okay.
I purse my lips, but eventually glance at Rebecca, who gives a nod of agreement. It's true. They arrived with me this morning.
Mom's lying. She's a big fat liar.
I'm
You
glad
just
that
lied to your daughter.
I'm
Mom.
glad that we picked the tense
Right?
relationship.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
No.
Oh, I raise a brow. She has no reason to lie, and it was pretty intense last night.
Oh, you're so gullible, Kira.
But still, it's hard to keep the suspicion from my expression.
Yeah.
There's also the fact I did shoot whoever it was. Looking over the group, no one seems to be doubled over in pain from a close-range pistol shot.
That is weird, right?
Shaking my head, I try to push the thoughts to the back of my mind. Then, for the last time, I offer out my hand in introduction. Adam stares down at it as though the gesture is completely foreign. Yeah, he's French, so. But does eventually take it. I look forward to working with you, he says, every word spoken in distinct British accent.
Okay.
And
sure.
Each one also sounding like a lie. Likewise, I reply, pulling my hand back and pressing it against my thigh to stop the aching in my fingers from his surprisingly firm grasp. He turns his gaze quickly away, but I let mine linger for a moment.
He hasn't really been described very much physically.
No, but I think
he's a little bit smaller than Nate. We know that.
That starts.
Oh, it comes now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
He's the second tallest of the group, easily 6'1", with broad shoulders and an athletic build obvious beneath his grey t-shirt and dark combat trousers.
Yeah. You'll never see a nerdy vampire in one of these stories. Like his small guy with like glasses. It's not going to happen. Glasses and fangs and stuff. They're always super sexy, buff dudes.
Yeah, obviously. They're vampires.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Please go on. Paint a picture for me, Vincent.
His pale, creamy skin barely has a tan or flush to it at all. And his dark blonde hair is only just visible cut so close to his head.
It's a shortcut, okay.
Everything about him screams soldier, including his stiff, upright posture and emotionless face. Still, I can't deny his Roman nose and square features make him remarkably handsome.
That's a really good description.
Yeah.
I've got a good picture now.
I flinch slightly at his icy green gaze as his icy green gaze flicks back to meet mine. What a sentence. And I stare back for a moment before we both look away.
I have no idea what an icy green gaze is.
I assume it's an icy gaze with green eyes.
I guess so. I mean, icy makes sense, right? It's cold, sure. But it's a flowery sentence, sure.
So it makes sense that a vampire has very light skin, right?
Which they don't. I think he's the only one. Yeah.
I just
realized. But that's fine. It's 2023, Vincent. Come on.
No, I mean, it makes sense that he has light skin because there's no blood in his body.
Well, you're making an assumption, though. We don't know that.
This would be the normal situation for vampires. So
yeah, they're usually displayed as very pale, right?
Yeah, and bloodless, like corpses.
Yeah, but not all. I'm constantly thinking. I don't know if you know this show, Vincent, but like this show, True Blood. Everything here reminds me a lot of that show.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I think the vampires. They also have blood. Like, and if they die, they like explode in this bloody cloud.
Explore where they are.
No, shut up. Come on. Okay. Let's continue.
They explode.
Yeah, and like in a shower of blood and gore, so that it's like a thing. And also, you can like extract their blood and drink it, and it has healing properties, and it's slightly addictive, or a lot addictive to humans, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good show, and like many, at some point, it went off the deep end for me.
But they are undead in the show, or are they vaguely alive?
What do you mean by? They're very different.
Is their body using their blood? Is it producing more? Like if you take blood out of the vampire's body in that show that has nothing to do with what we're actually doing,
in True Blood,
is there a limited amount of it?
It's not infinite. They don't break the laws of physics in that way.
Okay, but even if you like take it over like a year, is it just like 6 liters and that's it? And then they are empty?
I don't know. It sounds like a thing they would do in that show at some point. I think they have to feed on human blood to replenish.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can't. They're certainly different. They can't eat normal food, or they like throw up and stuff. They can only drink blood. But yeah, that's the laws in True Blood. It's just something to watch out for in this one. I'm just curious how close this is to the True Blood vampire lore. You know, we want to see if our Unit Bravo guys can like eat normal food and stuff, right? I'm watching out for that.
Can the vampires in True Blood do magic?
Leave a comment if you want to tell us what the vampires in True Blood cannot do.
Also, if you're ever wondering what conversations between Marius and me look like, that's how we end in most conversations.
This is actually true. We're sort of, if we were playing this without camera, we would do this even more.
Yeah, we're trying very hard to focus actually on the game we are playing.
We would sort of start an accidental True Blood podcast at this very point.
Even though we know nothing about the at least I do nothing.
Oh, I've watched a couple seasons. I like the show. It was pretty cool.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the game. I flinch slightly as his icy green gaze flicks back to meet mine, and I stare back for a moment before we both look away. Well, now that introductions have been made, I hope you'll all work together to find the murderer, my mother says, her gaze shifting pointedly over her team. Unit Bravo were only assigned this case a couple of weeks ago themselves, so they'll be as fresh as you. But I'm proud of their accomplishments so far and have no doubt they will aid you to their highest abilities.
All right.
Morgan scoffs from where she's balanced herself against the side table in the furthest corner.
Is she like doing her nails while she's doing? Because that would fit.
Yes. Yeah. or lighting a smoke.
Obviously, things.
Restricted smoking area. My mother ignores her, striding past the group towards me. I'm giving you my team to help. so use them as best you can. They are experienced at this kind of work.
What a mom.
Yeah, it's very kind.
Yeah.
She moves to lean in for a goodbye hug, but I take a step back, glancing down at my desk and sorting through my papers.
Yeah, don't be unprofessional. Not in front of these new people.
Yeah, also don't get too close. Don't touch me,
Yeah.
Mom. She continues to push our relationship now, though she has never bothered to do so. She continues to push our relationship now, though she has never bothered to do so before.
Where were you back then, Mom?
Yes, it's too late now, Mom.
Yeah.
We are rebellious now. Well, I'll see you soon, Kira, she says. My mother heads towards the door, pulling her long jacket about herself tighter. Adam, don't forget the reason your team is here. I frown at the look she throws the leader of the group. A silent exchange passing between them before her heels click over the floor as she leaves.
Yeah.
Shaking away the strange moment, I decide where to begin briefing Unit Bravo.
All right. Before we get to that, I think that's a good time to wrap it. We've got this unit now, it's Unit Bravo.
Yeah.
And next time we'll see how we actually deal with them, what we do with them, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of excited about this. I want to see where this is going. And also, I was going to say just now, there's like hidden meaning to this exchange, right? Because obviously they're not with us. Unfortunately, I think they're not with us because Mom thinks we're a killer detective and we are what this case needs to solve it. They're just here to protect us, right?
Yeah.
And this is the easiest way for them to do that. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic.
I mean, they are also here to catch the killer, but
yeah,
sort
but
of
it's like,
secondly?
it's like lots of tension here, right? And it's like there's many layers to this. We can't know, so they have to sort of pretend to do our stuff, and maybe then we're going to get close to the actual killer, and then they're going to sort of sabotage us because we can't get too close or we will be in danger. And it's lots of tension, lots of potential for drama.
I love
I'm digging it.
I love that we shot Adam, by the way.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
See, it's I think I was but probably professionally the wrong call, but dramatically it was the right call.
Definitely.
Not just some lame pepper spray. Anyway, Vincent, thanks for playing. Thanks for reading to me so wonderfully. I really enjoyed. I think if there will ever be the audiobook version of this, they should give you a call.
Lots of words.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Tiring. for myself.
Thank you, dear viewers, for watching. We had a lot of fun. I've actually heard people recommend this on Reddit, saying that we would love Unit Bravo. And I think the result is that, yes, we do in fact love Unit Bravo. I now know what you mean. And it's kind of cool to have some killer vampire detectives to boss around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I wonder how much bossing around they actually agree to. But
yeah, that's the whole point,
absolutely.
right? That's what I want to know. So thanks. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, you can follow us on Twitter @makes_play, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.